Governor Wike said the 5 aggrieved PDP governors, now known as the Integrity Group, will continue to support whatever is right and help the country.
It's not for them, not much for your man, not much for Igbo man. That is not what we require in this country now. We, of the Integrity Group, will continue to support whatever that is right, whatever that will help this country. And so, see Rivers State as a whole. When you win too, remember us. When you win, remember us.
On his part, the presidential candidate of the new Nigeria People's Party (NNPP), Rabiu Kwankwaso, took a swipe at his PDP counterpart Atiku Abubakar, saying any party that cannot control Lagos, Kano and Rivers states should forget about the 2023 presidential election. The former Kano governor also hit some PDP leaders whom he described as rigid and selfish. In another development, Labour Party governorship candidate in Rivers State, Beatrice Utubo, says no party candidate in the state will trade their positions to any political party in the 2023 general elections. She was reacting to comments by the party's presidential candidate Peter Obi when he visited Rivers State last week that he will negotiate with his supporters to cede the governorship position to the PDP in Rivers State if the PDP agrees to support his presidential ambition. But Mrs. Utubo tells correspondent Emeka Otuka that Labour Party candidates in the state are working for victory.
That there's nothing to worry about. It was just a political statement, and I want to believe that he made it because of the euphoria of the occasion that he went. And also he said he would negotiate with his people, and he has not called any of us on negotiation, so I still believe it was just a political statement. It is not detrimental to any one of us. We are committed to work with him. We campaign for ourselves. We are using one vehicle, and I believe that our destination is to victory. And so by God's will, we will all close to victory.
The Labour Party governorship candidate, who is receiving treatment at a hospital due to a bone fracture injury, also denied allegations that the party will not mobilize for its presidential candidate, Peter Obi. The Social Democratic Party's governorship candidate, Senator Magnus Abe, has condemned the recent political violence in Rivers State. At a praise and worship session with Magnus Inge Abe yesterday, he said violence has never been his idea of getting people to believe in him and will never be. He also said his only response to the violence in Rivers State is to pray and praise God continually till he emerges the victor in the context.
I have never thought that violence is part of the instruments with which I use to gain power. We have ideas that will make people's lives better. We will deliver our message to Rivers people, and Rivers people will vote. Is that not what it is? That's what it is. We are not just contesting to win. We are contesting to bring development, peace, opportunity for everybody that is on this land. We are contesting to show to the world that black people can run a government that actually serves the people.
Senator Abe also called on Rivers people to do all they can to follow the law at all times to get their rights. One of the ministers at the event, Bishop John Enoja, commended the senator for the event.
Among the candidates, we have seen that Senator Magnus Abe has more of the fear of the Lord. He's a man that speaks with wisdom, and a man that has a clean blueprint as to the transformation for Rivers State come 2023. I've only listened to him over and over. Before I started this, he has consulted some of us. He has come to my office severally and then told me what he can do. I've only listened to him, and I trust he will do better.
In the meantime, the National Youth Council of Nigeria, Rivers State Chapter, says it is concerned over pockets of political violence and attacks on dissenting political voices and groups in the state. State Chairman of the Council, Wisa Barry Bani, while speaking at a media briefing in Port Harcourt, said the Council will not sit back and watch while the lives of Rivers people are endangered. He commended supporters of opposition parties in the state who have continued to remain silent in the face of provocation. He called on the security agencies to ensure that perpetrators of the attacks are arrested and prosecuted to serve as a deterrent to others.
We hereby use this medium to condemn the actions and actors of these sponsors. We wish to inform these youths that the children of their sponsors are overseas and in private schools, having the best of educational and economical training in preparation to take over the reins of leadership from their parents, who refuse them to access quality education, skills, employment, empowerment opportunities, and order further hoodwink them to serve their children.
On Executive Orders 21 and 22, the State Chairman, National Youth Council of Nigeria, said the council has directed its legal team to challenge the orders.
The Executive Order 21 and 22 are unknown to nature and the Constitution. The Council has directed its legal team to challenge the orders so as to create a conducive political space for all and avoid the state of anarchy already being paddled by the Nyesom Wike-led PDP administration in Rivers State. We hereby call on Rivers people to vote according to character and integrity and not on party lines, which has kept us in the stone age of stunted democratic growth in Rivers State.
The governorship candidate of Accord in Rivers State, Chief Dumolulu Briggs, says Rivers youth are the real political structure in the state and must be conscious of the way they cast their votes in the coming election, as their future will be determined by the electoral choices they make. Chief Lulu Briggs disclosed this when he received a delegation from the Rivers State branch of NYCN at his Port Harcourt residence on Sunday. He urged the youth to vote only for that candidate through whom they can achieve their aspirations, describing involvement in politics as a responsibility that must be undertaken by everyone, especially young people, in pursuit of a better future for themselves. Earlier, the state chairman of NYCN, Wee Sabari Nani, who led the delegation, regretted the prevalent social and political challenges in the state, describing it as anti-youths and anti-people. He expressed their desire to witness a Rivers State government under the leadership of Chief Dumolulu Briggs. Staying with political stories, the Action Democratic Party of Rivers State has trained some women across the 23 local government area on business skills with a view to growing their business and becoming a good entrepreneur. The State Director General of the ADP Campaign Council, Jim Augustine, during an interview with newsmen at the event, said the training is part of the fundamental agenda of the party's governorship candidate, Victor Fingesi. Mr. Augustine said the vision of the ADP governorship candidate is to ensure total eradication of poverty, creation of jobs, promotion of education, agriculture, and empowerment of women.
To go and learn to become self-employed. So by giving them a skill, which is one of our proposal, will enable these women, some of them, to go and start doing small Rivers people. That if he gets to power by next year, he's going to make sure that education becomes the mainstay, which has budgeted 25% to educate all sub-Southern Rivers State. And these women will not depend on their husband again. They will not depend on their relations. They will depend in their pocket and support their families.
On a part, the state woman leader of ADP, Mary Chijioke, commended the party governorship candidate for fulfilling his promise of carrying women along and expressed optimism that Mr. Fingesi, if voted into power, will rewrite the wrong story of joblessness in the state.
When I came into this party, he promised that he's going to carry the women in Rivers State along and to eradicate poverty, to give them sense of belonging, to empower them through skill acquisition, and he has started it. He told me to come and lead women for a quantum training, how to promote their businesses. And he told us last week, and indeed he did it. He paid for so many numbers of women, and not only paying, he also gave them money for their transport and money to eat. And when they were training, I discovered that many of the women, they were very happy because there are many benefits.
Correspondent Obi Obuwari reposted some of the participants in the business seminar, including Gloria Biambo and Pastor Joyce Abraham Odi, said the knowledge acquired has given them the confidence to be self-reliant in business. They promised to galvanize votes for the ADP governorship candidate, Victor Fingesi.
To learn how to get women on business, we heard about start from the scratch. You have to have your rules and regulation in doing your business, no matter small. The knowledge I have today, what it will do for me, make me acquaint more on the principal things about business.
So the benefits I got today is on how to push out the idea that is inherent in me to be self-reliant, to be great entrepreneurs. I'm standing here to say thank you to His Excellency, Honorable Victor Figerson, who has taken women as part of his pet project to see that the women's voice is heard, to see that the women will come out from their hiding place and be reckoned with.
Still ahead, Unipol lecturers join to protest half salaries. Stay tuned. We'll go for a quick break. Welcome back now to the rest of the newscasts. A magistrate court in Port Harcourt will hear the case between the female student of Rivers State University and a professor, David Ogbonna, who she accuses of raping her on November 28 and on 2 different dates in December. Chief Magistrate Paramo Menene adjourned the case after the matter was heard in a private chamber due to the sensitive nature of the case. Professor Ogbonna has pleaded not guilty to the charge. Recall that the female student during the last hearing of the case narrated how the professor locked his office door after she refused his offer to be his girlfriend. In other news, academic activities at the University of Port Harcourt were paralyzed yesterday following a protest by members of the Academic Staff Union of Universities ASU. The lecturers, led by the Uniport ASU chairman Darlington Uzoma, marched from the union secretariat in the Delta campus to the Senate building. Speaking at a media briefing, Zonal Coordinator Stanley Ogun said it is in the best interest of students and parents for the federal government to heed to their demands.
Today it is happening in all the branches in Port Harcourt zone, and it will also continue in all the other branches of the 13 zones of ASU. And like I said earlier, it is a special congress and protest rally against the recent attempt by the ruling class to turn university lecturers to daily paid casual workers instead of monthly salary earners. Congress, before we go into the details,
the lecturers are protesting the no work, no pay policy of the federal government following payment of half salaries in October.
And now we bring you news from around the world.
On the foreign scene, an earthquake on the main Indonesian island of Java has killed scores of people and injured hundreds. The U.S. Geological Survey data showed that the 5.6 magnitude quake struck Cianjur town in West Java at a shallow depth of 10 kilometers. Scores of people were taken to the hospital, with many treated outside. Rescuers have worked through the night to try to save others thought to still be trapped on collapsed buildings. The area where the quake struck is densely populated and prone to landslides, with poorly built houses reduced to rubble in many areas. On the news this morning, you heard the police have arrested 2 people over mob action in Rivers State. Governor Wike has pledged logistic support for another presidential candidate, the NNPP's Rabiu Kwankwaso. Apex Youth Body NYCM plans to challenge Rivers State's 2 new executive orders, 21 and 22, in court. Unipol lecturers have joined to protest half salaries. On the foreign scene, an earthquake in Indonesia has claimed lives. The news was edited by Chama Zawafo. Cloudy weather in Port Harcourt this morning. Collect your PVC and vote. Your vote is your voice. I am Kalada Kuribatbo. Good morning. Morning Crossfire returns after the break.